guy's out rolling. 16-year-old head, X9 1000. Well, the neighbors have started showing some corn here too. We're only 5 miles away from home and they knocked this entire cornfield out. I did not realize they did that. Jeez. Oh, they're chopping it. That's what they're doing. Well, anyway, well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. And today, we want to get started in combining. Ideally, we would have been started today, but we are not ready. I mean, it happens every year that sneaks up on us. And when we have cattle and custom chopping and a whole bunch of other stuff to do, with only 3 full-time guys, you can only get so much done. So we're really happy we're ahead of our cornstalk bales. We made just shy of 400 bales. That's well over half of what we want to do this year. The fact we did that before harvest, that's awesome. That'll really keep us ahead of the game. So we gotta still move those bales off. I'm hoping Brian's here today to start doing that. If he is, then Nathan and I can start getting our fall equipment out and ready to go. What I mean by that is we gotta get our draper out, we gotta get our grain cart, our big grain cart back home. The draper's also gotta come back home. It's down at the South Farm. Curtis and Pat, hopefully, this is all assuming we don't have a chopping job. Curtis and Pat, we have to rebuild our corn head. Our 8-row corn head, we got a 3-day rebuild on that. New knives, new deck plates, new everything. I mean, it's a 15-year-old head, it's a tired head. We used to do all of our corn with that head. So, I mean, it's seen a lot of bushels and it's worn out and needs to get rebuilt. So, got a lot to do. Best case scenario, we're harvesting by midweek. That's a lot of stuff's got to happen for that to happen, but gotta start one day at a time. So let's get going. Okay, just pulling up to the farm. Let's see what's here. Let's see what's moving. I don't see anyone here. I'll probably hop in the loader tractor and start moving bales for a little bit until we got the bosses here. But we shall see. Don't see anyone around yet. Oh, the draper's home. Nice. All right, no one's around. Might as well just start moving some bales. Hop in the loader. Got a 3-point. 6-packs on the other side of the shed. Let's go. Good hour or so to jam and listen to some tunes. Okay, got her up. Nice thing about this thing is you can just hook onto it with a 3-point. Let's go. Here's what this looks like. I mean, shredding this has made all the difference in the world because we can actually get most of the stalks. I mean, the fact that there's mainly bare dirt, that's awesome. It means we got a lot of it, except a couple errant cobs. So I got 8 of them stacked up here and then 1 in front. So I'll stick 8 on the 6-pack. You'll understand more a little later. Stick 8 on there and then grab a 9th and head up the butches. So there's 5 on there. I'll get the 6th. So we'll do 6 across the base. So much can fit. So we call it the 6-pack because you can fit 6 across the base of it. Stick 2 on top. So we'll take 8. And the last one right over the axle. So it takes a little while to do it this way. I mean, there's definitely tools out there or more efficient ways to move bales. Like there's a thing you can pull behind that's got a little arm on it that actually picks up the bales as you drive along. That thing would be cool, but the issue with that is it costs money. And this thing is well paid off because I'm pretty sure my grandpa bought it back in the 80s. All it is iron, so occasionally you got a weld on it. And then just take a loader tractor and time. So I'll grab this guy. spin you guys around. Look at while I back up to this guy. And there we are. So now we're just unloading these bales. In a row here up the butches. We'll use the most of them up here, so we always like to stack a bunch. We use the most because we have the biggest capacity of a yard here. And we have a good spot for it. We got a pad that can fit a lot. Now you just gotta, when you're doing this, make sure you don't tip the thing over. So you gotta unload it even. Unload the top first, then the back, and the front, then the middle. It just keeps the center of gravity in between the tires, and the axle, and the hitch, or the jack. Because if you don't, you'll tip it one way or the other. Ask me how I know. Not from experience, right? Because I'm an expert operator, so I would never do that. You guys can see my face, I'm winking, because I've really done that before. But it's really not too bad. It's not too bad to do this. It's repetitious, yes, but you can move a solid 100 bales a day doing it this way. And now we're on the last one. This is the easiest one to flip the whole thing. If you're, so you got to basically go into it square, and then as you're going in, press down, press down, press down, and there should start to flip. Boom. I don't know if you guys can see it very much, but that axle's starting to flip over. No harm, no foul. There's 9, so we got probably 12 per row, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 12 is 84 plus 9, so we got about 93 up here. We'll be able to fit about 150 pretty easily. Alright, hook on and go. Okay, loaded and unloaded 9 bales. Took me a half hour from field to field, so we'll just call it 40 minutes by the time I actually, because I have them all stacked right now. That's pretty efficient. But after about 2 hours, they won't be stacked. So I can move, just call it 15 bales an hour. If there's 400 bales there, that's 2 full days of efficient work that we got left. Oof, it's a lot of repetitious work. Load it up in 8 minutes, not too bad. Just takes time to stab into every bale, move it around, jockey back and forth a bunch. It's not difficult work, just takes time. So I'm taking this load down to Pat's place. Brian knows butches. I'm gonna try to take as many loads away from there as possible so he can keep hauling there, because Brian doesn't know the farm too much. He's just helping us out for the fall while he's kind of gone back home for a medical thing. So I'm gonna try and do the kind of more difficult stuff, or the different stuff. Let him keep hauling the butches when he comes back, I think on Monday. Neighbor already's got his rye planted. That's impressive. He chopped this off probably 3 weeks ago, worked it and drilled it here 3 days later, and it's already growing. He'll grow this rye, you know, for a month or so now, and it'll go dormant over the winter. It'll grow up, and he'll probably chop it in that May time frame and put corn in there again to chop that. It's not a bad way to get a lot of tons per acre out. Just for the big dairies that need that. Well, there's all 9 there, and then 1 extra. I did a little shuffling around. Hay bales are mainly over there, a couple there. But either way, I got another 9 dispositioned. Use a fancy term. Now we gotta hook back up. So we got all the bales south of the first strip picked up, so that's good. That was about 100 or so. Now we gotta move here to the north, which is about 250 to 300. Another one loaded up. And then Pat's over there messing with the semi. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's doing something. I think he's hooking up to the flatbed. I think that'd be pretty cool. Help me move some bales. All done. So I got 27 bales moved. I'm gonna stop and take a look and see if anybody else is around. I know Pat's around. Got our draper out, got to look through that. Shouldn't need a whole lot to her. A couple sections to replace. I should be able to just hook her on the combine and roll. Hopefully. Rain down there to the south. Neat. Hopefully it hits my field, get that wheat going. So I took a pause for a second. I'm gonna run up to the neighbors real quick. Run up to the neighbors and take a look at his spreader he just bought. Uncle wants me to go look at that. And we'll go from there. Nice. My neighbor just bought that. That was pretty slick. So not sure what Kurt and Pat are doing, but Nathan and I are gonna bring this harrow, this drag back to Butch's. Basically brought it out for 15 acres and now it's going back. 15, 12, I forget what it was. So he's gonna bring that uptown. I'm gonna drive up there and meet him. I'll spot him up there. Spot him while he backs that thing in. The thing's 40 feet. It's nice when we need it. We mainly like it just for smoothing over clumps. Like if we work up a piece of ground and it didn't work up the greatest, or like that wheat, we just dissed it once, drilled it, and then drug that over it, just kind of smooth out all the clumps. This sucker's pretty wide though. Pulling into our Cahill farm. Owned this for about 10 years or so, and we farmed it for much longer than that. We have an old house there. I think we should just either start it on fire, do a controlled burn for the fire department, or just knock it down. Really cool house, but it's got asbestos, lead paint, not worth fixing up. So, we're gonna pull in here. Nathan's gonna back that harrow all the way in here. Right there, that's where she's gonna go. These beans look like they're really coming along pretty good. Yeah, we could use some rain, but it looks like it's going south. Darn it. These beans still got another week or so before they even think about it. Probably closer to 2 to 3 weeks with the amount of green in them. See all these lima beans? Means these beans aren't mature yet. And here comes Nathan. So he's gonna back this sucker in here. Tight squeeze, but we'll make her work. Got blocks behind the wheels. Should be able to pull out of here and there we go. This thing's put away for the year. And now we'll scram. Crazy how this weed can grow so big with zero sunlight. That's a tree. Never getting sunlight, never getting any rain. Just nuts. Hey, they got the 340 down. That's good. And they got the track skid steer loaded up. It's got to go down to Pat's place. And we got some water issues down there. So we got a harness in here we're trying to take off. Fires like a dream. Still trying to sell her if anyone's interested. All right, coming down. That good? Yeah, I think we're on the stop.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hi buddy, hi buddy, hi buddy, hi buddy.
So what's that other blue wire then? It must be something else.
I don't think so. I don't think Case would use something else. Can I go in the cab and open up the door?
Okay.
Here. It's right here. That's a freaking contraption. Oh, this has got your steering and stuff too.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why it's more.
Yeah.
Pull all this off. I think this is your wheel angle sensor. So that goes back to your rear axle on your steering wheel, so it knows what angle to steer. So like if your sensor moves, that way it knows to correct it. So that's your wheel angle sensor. I bet this goes to your back. You gotta get power to this thing somehow. Go see if you can trace where this one goes. If the new combine has what we need, I almost wonder if we should get the new combine hooked up first and see what it needs. Because if we don't have to yank all this off, why would we?
Right.
Because basically, yeah, so this goes up into the cab.
That whole thing, that whole cluster there.
So there's two cords that go into the cab. This guy, which feeds into this guy. Where does this guy go? See if you can trace that.
I think isn't that the one? Wiggle it. Yeah, that's the one that goes into the feeder position. This one.
Yeah, okay. Where all does this stuff plug into is the question.
There's a box under there. I think it just goes into that box.
True sight too, yeah. Trying to figure out what all needs pulled off and what doesn't. Basically, we have this new combine, or the old combine to us. Just trying to figure out what all we're going to pull out to the new one. And there's a lot of GPS wires. A lot. Well, we're basically trying to get this new combine figured out. So because Case does not have a lot of integrated technology, they have to rely on a lot of third parties. So Geringhoff's controls integrates with a separate box. The header height control is a separate company integrated. So it's just a little different than how like Deere has it. Deere, everything is Deere developed, Deere everything, so it just plugs and play. Whereas there's a lot of kind of hodgepodge and we got to try and figure out. So that's what we're trying to do. Basically just get our corn head sights, so those canes right there, those are contact the ground, and we can actually set our header height based on those 3 cane positions. So we're trying to figure out how the heck that would hook up, because we know how it hooks up to our old combine, but this new combine we think has it built in, so we're trying to get that figured out. That's a tomorrow job when we get the dealer out. If I had some tech manuals, I could maybe look at it and figure it out, but nope. It's okay. That's what we got a good local dealership for. So we'll see what else they got to do. I think blowing off the chopper right now. Job we were at, the corn that we were in had a lot of southern rust, so it needs a good blow off. It just looked like it just got a brown tint to it. Let's show you. There you can kind of see. And on the yellow, you can see all the brown. Nope. Okay, so we're putting the combine on pause. Now we're going to look at the draper. So the biggest things on your draper is you got to make sure your sections are good. That's your knives right here. These are all relatively new. We replaced it midway through the season. Got to make sure your guards are good. This essentially gives you your snipping action. So as the knife is moving back and forth, it snips like a scissors against the guard. So make sure your guards are nice and sharp, or at least not rounded or anything like that. And you also got to make sure your hold downs are good. Right here, you can actually, this like kind of presses and keeps it down. So I think everything looks good. We just got to go through it and tighten things up. But we are going to pull the spare knife. All these heads come with a spare knife. We're going to pull that out and probably carry that over to the shop and see if we can work on it, replace all the sections. Kind of like that cover at least.
Yeah, they're nice. We make sure that we get them zip tied back on there. Right.
Giant snake.
Yeah.
That knife is out. Got it over at the shop right now. We're taking a look at it. What sucks is, like I said, our crop probably is ready to go. We're just not. But we're getting there. So we gotta change. Okay, so change of plans again. Like I said, we're kind of on hold. Bun's gonna actually come and look at the all the sections on that Mac down, so that'll be good. Give him something to come do, and we really appreciate his help. He's got a really good eye for mechanic stuff like that. So for now, we're going to get the 8050 back on the bed gnawer mower, mulcher, rotary cutter, whatever you want to call it. So to do that, gotta put the hammer strap back on the 8050. The hammer strap is the hammer strap is essentially the strap on top of the main hitch of the tractor, because some of the implements, like the bed gnawer mower, just have one hitch as opposed to two, like the Clovis hitch. So we're gonna get that on, and we're gonna go hook up that mower. I just brought Nathan up. We had the four-wheeler sitting up here. Had to go get the hitch pin for the mower that we used. So now we're gonna go get that thing hooked up to the 8050 to try to get some mowing with that this week, hopefully. We want to get up to Bellevue for sure, up to Andrew ideally, and a few other places. Pull this thing over, hook her up to the mulcher. Let's go do it. Hook this sucker up. See if she'll work. But of course it'll work. It's a mower, so she's pretty simple. I gotta flip it. So we're just doing some odds and ends stuff this week, trying to get ready before the storm. The storm as in, what the heck happened here? Oh, just paint coming off. Yep. Storm as in, we're gonna be rolling here. Hopefully by the weekend we'll have the combine set and ready to go. Have the dryer ready to go. Basically have some corn picked, ran through the dryer. That'd be nice if we can get that done by the weekend. Not sure how much I'll be around, but just have to see. I might have to go out to Chicago for work for the week. So I'm heading out back, especially now that we got this mower to try out. I want to mow some waterways, especially, wow, these beans look close. Jeez. Especially with these two fields right here, these two bean fields. Normally we have to cut out our waterways because they're so thick we don't mow them throughout the year. But now that we got a mower, I'm gonna try and mow them, see if that makes any difference, see if we're able to just roll right across them. Mowing. Well, so just knocking down some waterways, trying to get her nice and short so that way we can come through here and combine right along it and not have any problems. It looks like we mowed this once already, which is good, but doesn't hurt to do it again. So on the downside I see how it's kind of grabbing beans on that one end. Must have a blunt edge on the poly, because there's a skid plate that kind of helps the mower drive along. I'm guessing there's a blunt edge that's kind of catching those beans. And there's what she looks like. Nicely shredded waterway. Like I said before, we had to cut out all these waterways with our soybean head. Now I'm hopeful we can just cut right through them. That would be ideal. Not too bad. I think does a really nice job. And I'm glad we put the 80/50 on, because that's a steep dike right there. I'm glad we put the 80/50 on this thing. I just mowed that dike and ooh, that was steep. And I'm glad we had a front wheel assist. Having the front duals and the front wheel assist was really nice. All right, all done for today. I gotta head down to the south farm to go help Nathan out with some stuff. Sweet. I mowed that entire waterway. It took about, I don't know, 45 minutes. Like 5 or 6 branch waterways. The main one, and I did the dike. So that was all good to do. I want to get all the waterways done where we're going to have beans. That would be ideal. But, job for another day. Alright. Good enough. So that's what it does. That's how it looks after about an hour of grass. Not too bad. Not too bad indeed. I believe these are going to be our 2 grain cart tractors this year. The 80/50's tried and true, it always is. But I think we're going to have the Magnum again. Last year we had the Steiger, the year before that we had the Magnum. Yeah. The reason to go with the Magnum is because Steiger needs to stay on tillage equipment. We need its horsepower. It's 400 horsepower compared to 340. We need it to go on the VT as well as the inline ripper. So that's kind of the big reason. Hopefully we'll be ready to combine this weekend. We'll see. Pat's optimistic. I'm a little bit less. We got 2 chopping jobs to do. So Pat and Nathan are gone for 2 days. Curtis is going to be around, but he's got to rebuild that corn head. Got to rebuild the sickle. I mean, we got 3 days of maintenance probably at least on all the harvest equipment. Got to get the combine up to Kuhnau so we can get all the electronics and stuff in there that we need. Yeah, we got a lot to do. It'll be good if we get it done by the weekend. I mean, stuff's ready to go now if we were ready, but just not ready yet. Hey, it is what it is. We're already doing good because of all those round bales we made. That is good. Okay, I'm gonna head out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, take care, take it easy, stay safe, and ta-ta for now. Here's my beans. They're getting close. They're getting dang close. Got 2/10 of rain on it over the last week. Definitely not enough to knock those leaves out, but that's okay. Hopefully that's enough to get the wheat sprouted though.